your starting five. At forward, 6'7", number 14. At center, 6'11", number 33, Nicholas Claxton. Forward, 6'5", number 95, DeAndre Bembry. At guard, 6'5", 13, James Harden. Guard, 6'2", 11, Haru. Head coach for your Brooklyn Nets, Steve Nash. One more time for your Brooklyn Nets.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Russell Westbrook has passed the great Oscar Robertson for first overall in career triple-doubles. Westbrook says, "I just do what you need to do in order to win. My job is to do everything. That's what I do night in and night out, and nobody else does it the same. Simple as that." Kevin, nobody calls a game like you.
David, you are too nice. Thank you so much. And Westbrook, he is incredible. Thank you, David. And a look now at a few years worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for LeBron James.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Russell Westbrook. LeBron James is out there with Howard. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Bradley in a shooting guard. And for the Nets, they've got Edwards. Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Claxton in at the center position. And Greg, when it comes to load management, why do we see more of it now than when you play?
Well, for me, the science of sport has evolved. And it's not just the athlete. It's the technology and the science that goes into making a better athlete. That's why you're seeing load management far more acceptable to the masses now, understanding that this is about the long game.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Wizards in Washington. Westbrook against Harden. Howard setting the pick for James. Drops in the tray.
Beautiful timing on the part of LeBron. Powerful move off the pick and roll.
And this is year one of LeBron's two-year, $85 million extension. And Greg, that will take him through age 38.
And that will amount to $435 million in career earnings, the most all time. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's got a few more years left in the tank after that. Chemistry at its best, an unreal alley-oop.
Now, though, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Now, here's Bradley. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Bradley against Irving. And there's Edwards on the assist by Irving.
Clever feed by Kyrie Irving, moving the ball to a teammate with a quality look.
Bradley is screen on Edwards. James kicks to Bradley. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now here's Harden. His last outing, he had 18 points. Irving for three. Dwight Howard grabs the board. 1:02 left in the first. Westbrook passes to Howard. Bradley dishes to James. Out left to the wing. It's Westbrook with the drive. 6 on the shot clock. Over Edwards. James, no good.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Passes it to Irving. Here is Harden. On deep and stolen by Howard. To the inside. Ariza, that's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
And on the way from Irving for 3, gets the three-pointer to fall.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by a bucket. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And he stands 6'9", but without question, LeBron James is the floor general for his team.
I have the freedom to call sets, whatever I feel best suit our team. I'm a smart, cerebral basketball player. My basketball IQ is very high, and I take that very seriously. So I know what best suits our team, and our coaching staff does as well.
And great for all of his athletic gifts. Very few players have thought the game as well as LeBron has.
And they listed him at point guard in his 17th season. But it's all semantics at this point. He's always been the best decision maker on any team he's played on.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Johnson is out there with Anthony. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And there's Monk. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. We're one of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. And last year, Carmelo Anthony climbed into the top 10 all-time in scoring.
Well, I mean, he's a surefire Hall of Famer, and he may never get that NBA title, but you factor in college and international play, and there's no doubt he'll be in Springfield.
Here's Griffin, following the bucket by the Lakers. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
His first foul.
And Smitty, inevitable that a player's physical gifts may diminish over the years. But one thing about Blake Griffin that will never go away is his leadership ability.
Take a break. I totally agree. He's one of the most respected players in the NBA, and that will continue even after his playing days are over.
A free throw drops for Griffin.
And for a player with Blake Griffin's physical makeup, it was a big adjustment when he had to deal with injury issues. He's really had to reshape his body and his game.
Bembry's checked in for Brooklyn. James Harden comes in for Kyrie Irving. Blake Griffin hits them both. And one thing about Griffin and the injuries, Greg, that he went through, he did everything he could to get his body back to where it needed to be.
And he didn't care what it was, yoga, weights, conditioning, you name it, because he knows how important it is to be able to elevate. And Griffin needs to be explosive, and he worked 24/7 to make sure he is.
First team foul.
The Nets making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Russell Westbrook in for the Lakers. .107 left here in the second. drains the 19-footer.
Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook's got his first bucket of the night.
Clever play call by Westbrook, making the right move at the right time to bust up the D and get that shot.
Here's Bembry. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Lakers trail. And Westbrook, here we go, lays it up and banks it in.
Assist.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
And Mills kicks to Millsap. Pass to Harden. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Reeves gets the bucket.
Westbrook has an exceptional talent for creating for his guys. He sets them up, and boy, they are knocking them down.
Harden surveying the D. And the shot goes in.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Lakers lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Frank Vogel. Coach, the points coming with regularity in that first half. What's been the key?
We're playing with a high offensive motor. We're screening through physicality. We're cutting hard. We're moving the basketball. We're getting good shots for ourselves.
And it's showing on the floor, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket. Was there a specific team that brought the best out of you, Kenny?
Well, I've got my career high in points and assists against the Lakers.
Well, that was before I got there, Kenny. You know, I would have never let that happen.
Now, looking at that first half of play, Lakers find themselves in a battle.
The road could be unfriendly, and they've clearly risen to the challenge. They're shrugging off the chants from the fans. Defense, you solid. That's no. They're playing their focus, and they're getting to work. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
Well, there are guys who worry about their numbers. He is not one of those guys, believe me.
And competition is at the root of all sports. Certainly, sometimes, you know, things get chippy. And as a player, Greg, how do you handle that aspect when emotions and physicality get going?
Kevin, you're always taught to control your emotions, but easier said than done. And in reality, sometimes you have to man up. You have to let it be known that you're not going to accept things, and at the same time, you got to be smart. So the goal is to beat the other team, not literally.
Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Edwards. And it's Bembry in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's LeBron, and get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Westbrook against Harden. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Howard. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this team encourages Westbrook to look to score inside. You can see why with these results.
There's 1:54 left in the third quarter of the game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Edwards. No good. That would have tied it.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game.
You look at Kyrie's shot chart, he's terrific from mid-range.
And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch, and he now often looks for his teammates first.
Here's Irving following the basket by LeBron James. And it's sent back by Howard.
And he's led the league in block shots on multiple occasions, and Howard's still a presence down low.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And a block like that sends a message, one that says we're not giving up this lead.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Nets. The Lakers also changing it up. Johnson, he's checked in for Howard. And Monk's subbed in for Trevor Ariza. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from James Harden.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Monk's shot's good.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Irving looking for an opening. Harden outside. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 8.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
James outside. Johnson with a screen on Aldridge. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Lakers substitution.
And we've reached the end of the third. Lakers on top, up by 5. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Come on, fans.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for the Lakers right now, we got DeAndre Jordan. Johnson is out there with Anthony, and there's Monk, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2.
That's his first personal.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Lakers.
They've turned in a fantastic performance from three-point range. That's been a weapon for them all game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Horton Tucker. The pass to Monk. It's good from long range.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Pass to Bembry. Here's the floater. The shot's good.
Known as more of a shooter than a playmaker, Mills has improved at running the offense.
Monk, the pass to Horton Tucker. Anthony with the screen on Thomas. Here's Horton Tucker. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Millsap. Kyrie Irving comes in for Thomas. And James Harden subbed in for Patty Mills.
What's up?
The Lakers also changing it up. LeBron comes in for Jordan. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Monk. Nets trail by 7. Outside Irving.
2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
Here he goes. And that one, good.
Kyrie has done it again. He loves the big shot and the big moment.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Howard's checked in for Johnson. And it's Avery Bradley in for Jalen Horton-Tucker.
Second team foul. At the line, shooting for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving. At the line, 1 shot.
That's good from Irving.
Yeah, that's who you want stepping to the line when the game is close.
Popped up there for Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
Yeah, and Superman taking flight for the lob finish.
Irving against Bradley. Irving kicks to Bembry. Westbrook against Harden. 5 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Claxton. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles leading by 6.
Lakers foul. LeBron James. His first foul. Team second. At the line. And out the line. Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5. Los Angeles making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. And Edwards drops them both.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
James has a 2-pointer and another basket for the Lakers.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
A nice shot by Irving.
You have to love the imagination of Kyrie, able to get off his shot in traffic.
Howard with the screen on Edwards. James the pass to Westbrook. Clock at 4. Driving the lane. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And putting his burst on full display. Westbrook can blow by defenders in a hurry.
There's 38 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Harden dishes to Irving. Back to Harden. Yes!
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Here's Westbrook. And an intentional foul right there.
Harden. That's his second personal. 3rd team foul. Shooting for Los Angeles. Russell Westbrook. Shooting 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
The former MVP, the hunger and energy Westbrook plays with each and every night is downright infectious.
The loudest and craziest fans right now are getting free t-shirts. Come on, who wants a t-shirt? All right, look who's coming out to the court. Come on, get loud for your Brooklyn Nets.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Harden kicks to Edwards. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
14 foul. Shooting for Los Angeles. LeBron James. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
The durability and endurance of LeBron at this point in his career is astonishing.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
Edwards can't hit, and they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
His first foul. Team's 5th foul. Now at the line for the Lakers, LeBron James. And at the line with
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. Harden way outside. No good there.
And for Westbrook, it's all about staying engaged on defense, using that athleticism and length to pester shoot.
And so the Lakers take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Russ. Hard-fought victory here on the road. How did you stay solid and get it done?
Resiliency. We got a tough group of guys, man. Everybody here make big plays. And great road win for us, man. Everybody's fighting for position now, and every game is important to us. It's not doing a good job.
Well, you guys are putting yourselves in good position with this kind of win. Congrats again. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we present our New Balance Player of the Game, LeBron James.